Hello everyone, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than what I have done in my previous couple of videos. I'm going to be analyzing some gameplay of a squad win in Fortnite. Just kind of let you guys know what I'm thinking, going through my head, all this as certain things play out. Something I'm not really familiar with doing, so if you guys could give me any feedback if you watch this, that'd be greatly appreciated. So right now we're going to go to retail. We got me, Derby City Cards, eJules, and Wimsat in the game. All these guys are pretty good. Multiple wins. And I'm not saying I'm a pro or anything at this game. I just enjoy playing with friends. And of course it helps to win. So right now we're going retail. Normally like to land at the blacktop buildings if we go retail. I see Derby City Cards has about a full squad, it looks like, or 3 people land on top of him. So I'm going to get a gun and try to push towards him as soon as possible. So an okay chest to start the game. Get a burst AR, which is better than nothing. Here's some shots, so I'm going to run over here. I see he's taking damage up top and he goes down. I'll kind of mess up right here, but end up getting the double headshot with the pistol. Kind of fumbling a little bit, wasn't expecting that guy to be there. Go for a couple high damage revolver shots, but it doesn't happen. And I could not save Derby City Cards. And right here I thought I was dead for sure, but he misses me with the remainder of his minigun shots. And then eJules and Wimsat are going to start pushing over to me as well. So I'm just going to kind of hang out a little bit. Wait until they push over and help me with these guys. So I'm gonna go for a little bit of a flank while they don't really see me, and they basically cleaned up pretty well. This last guy hit him once with a revolver, missed a couple shots, and he goes down. And ignore that. Where we finally pick up the elimination. I'm still looking for some bandages, and we get them right here. Gun situation is not looking the best, but it's better than nothing. We got a pretty good circle too. Being in retail, we can kind of work the edge of the circle rather than having to go anywhere or being stuck in the center of the circle. I'm normally not really a fan of being in the middle of the circle. I'd rather be pushed to go somewhere rather than just hanging out. I believe, yeah. So we start getting shot at on top of the blacktop building. Do a little panic building. eJules is going to go for the push on these guys. I don't have a lot of material, so I'm going up with him. He kills that guy. We get a chug jug. I let eJules take it because he's lower health than me. I believe he also gets a scar, which is also extremely nice. And I think we just hang out for a little bit and just kind of gather ourselves on top of the blacktop building. And right there, eJules just gave me a green AR because he's got a purple scar, I believe. Right here, I pick up the shotgun. I like the pistol in close as well. Pistol's good if you can hit the shots, but shotguns are also highly effective. And now looking back at it, I have no idea where those bandages went. They were on the ground. I think Wimsat might have picked them up, and I don't really realize that I'm still low. Checking for ammo crates. People tend to leave a lot under the stairs. eJules said he found mini shields up top, so I'm trying to pick up these before we engage in our next encounter. giving the light ammo to Wimsat. He's a big minigun guy, good support guy. Have on your team. So now we're just kind of hanging out, going through the houses, seeing if anybody left anything. Here, a chest up here, so Jules goes and pops that. I don't remember what he got out of it, but I don't think it was anything noteworthy. We're kind of just playing it slow. We really need to get a couple kills, get some more ammo, a couple better guns than what we have. E-Jule's probably in the best shape. He's got the scar. Wimsat's got a minigun. So we got some good stuff that we're working with. And then we see this guy, this cute little feller, tries to barricade this building. And yeah, it doesn't go well for him. One thing I do like about the minigun is how good of a job it does decoying and distracting people. You don't even have to hit your shots with the minigun necessarily, as long as you just keep applying pressure. Right here, popping a couple bandages. Nothing surprising. And then we're getting shot from the northwest up on this hill. I'm trying to peek it, see if I get a couple of shots off. Tap him once, shield damage. Get the headshot on that guy, so he's feeling it. And then once we see him start panic building a little bit, that's our cue to push up in there. I messed up. I should have been gathering a couple resources while we were still in retail. And then right here, I'm stuck with a tough decision. I'm debating on keeping the TAC shotgun or either switching to the SMG. With the SMG's recent buff, I believe the blue one does about 221 DPS. I think I'd pick it up in a minute and use it a little bit. But it's actually not a bad gun. It's completely viable. Maybe a little short mid-range action. And we see this guy right here. Build a little bit. Missed a couple shots, but tapped him twice. Then he came up on the hill. Hit a few more shots. I'm at 1 HP, so I gotta stop and take a couple minis. I'm gonna take a few bandages as well while the situation is in control. These guys probably came in from maybe Lonely or Tomato Town, the little scrapyard place. They're forced in by the circle, which was good for us that we happened to be right on the edge at this time. This last guy's over here by this little 1x1 shack, and he goes down. Another guy comes up, knocks down Wimsat, but E-Jules cleans up the kill. There's one more up here to the north, I believe. He pushes us and light into him with the SMG. That's probably one of my few SMG kills in Fortnite, really. I never picked them up before the update. Now they are, like I said earlier, they're okay. So we dropped the Chug Jug off for Wimsat, drop a few mini shields for E-Jules. Make sure we're all geared up before we push to this next circle. Our loadout's looking pretty good right now. I would like one sniper to be in that last slot, but we find one later in the game. No spoilers, no spoilers. So now we're going to kind of push over here to the factories and go next to the tall white mountain, kind of in between Loot Lake and Salty Springs. Try to stay at the edge of the circle if at all possible. Right there I was checking the DPS on the submachine gun. I was talking to Jules in party chat, and he was telling me how bad they were. But I pick up a couple kills with SMG. And we see this guy right here. We were going to get close to him, but he decided to shoot at us before we could get close enough to push him. We only see one guy right now, so we're not too worried about it. Start pushing up with the minigun. Wimset does a great job of giving some covering fire. He actually scares this guy, and the guy pushes off the back right here. And then I tap him twice with the submachine gun, one headshot, and that knocks him down. I was feeling pretty good with the submachine gun at this point. I saw the pump, which I prefer the pumps over the tac shotguns. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to drop the SMG and pick up the pump, or what I wanted to do here. So I ended up going with both in case of emergency, since I don't have a sniper at this point. My ideal loadout would be an AR, shotgun, med kits, bandages, shields in the 3rd and 4th slot, and then the last slot prefer would be a sniper. And now this right here was a poor just awareness play by me. I thought Jules was shooting at this white mountain up here and over this way, but he was actually shooting towards the west, I believe, on that hill over there. And right here I want to get a little bit of wood. Don't have a lot of materials. Wood's basically my go-to in any situation. Speed building or whatnot, building little 1x1 forts in emergencies. And then brick is my favorite material by far. I just think the versatility of brick is so important and crucial. And metal, for me, it just takes a little too long. You can just shell into it once it's being constructed, and it just drops pretty easily. That's why I prefer brick. Right here we saw the guy up on the mountain. We were just going to push up. Circle's about to come in a minute 30, so we're just going to try to get a good position here in this circle. And while we do that, we see a couple teams up here. But I'll let the clip play and get to that. Now I knew he was up here, and I couldn't tell if he jumped off the mountain or not. So I was just making sure I check all these little ledges right here. Make sure he's not hiding anywhere. And look what we have here. A unsuspected guest. And I see he dropped the bolt right there. Really wanted to go pick that up. And then Jules and Wimset started pushing down the mountain. So I was just like, I guess I'll stay up here, let them pick it up. And then they said they couldn't pick up the bolt. And I didn't believe them. So I walked down here, I was like, oh, I'll just pick it up for myself. I'm smashing square at this point. We literally could not pick up this bolt. I want to say they stand there for 30, 45 seconds. If you keep watching the map, you'll see. But they just stand there, keep trying to pick up the bolt. For some reason, could not pick it up. I guess just a little bug, but it happens. Fortnite's not a perfect game, but it is extremely good, and developers do an extremely good job keeping it updated. So right here, I just built a quick little 1x1. Being in the circle, just want to kind of scope out, gauge where everybody's at. I know there's enemies up on that hill northwest over there. I don't have any range besides an AR at this point. I see that dude on the bottom left side of the fort. He is hard scoped in on me with a sniper, so I don't really want to peek it. If I had range, I would probably engage in that. I feel pretty confident sniping against people who are scoped in like that for super long periods of time. But without range, I just want to chill up here and kind of relax. See where the next circle goes. See if anybody else pushes those guys. Just kind of see where it all plays out. They start shooting at me a little bit. So I want to peek it a little bit. Mess with them. Toy with them. They snipe a couple times, but if you quick peek it, it's hard to hit. I think one of these bullets eventually goes right past my ear. But with no range, and I didn't really want to push these guys, having to build across the river, the little ravine right there, so that there's nothing we could have done in that situation besides just wait it out. There's the one that's pretty close. Tried to bait them a little bit, see if they would shoot, and they took the bait. And there's another one right past my ear. Couple rockets come in, no major threat. We should make sure all my buildings are secured and they don't break my fort down. At this point I thought we were in trouble. He sniped E-Jules down. Luckily we were able to get him up though. Wimsat has to crawl up this hill right here. If you look on the map, the yellow arrow. He's got to crawl up. I'm kind of just watching out, make sure they don't launch pad. And now I'm going to start making my way towards them. So we're in a pretty decent spot right here. The circle didn't do us any favors, but the circle wasn't in tilted, which was nice. I hate circles that end in tilted just for the sheer fact that you can have people hiding in every building. So now I'm just trying to scope it out. I see people built up to that hill. I believe E-Jules made a call out over there on that hill and said he saw a couple guys. So we have 55 seconds till the circle starts moving in. E-Jules getting health back up from being down. And I'm going to start making my way over here. I'm not going to push up yet. And then actually E-Jules and Wimsat had a guy push them with the shotgun, a solo player. E-Jules took care of that. So right here I'm trying to figure out where exactly would be the best place to start building up and kind of just waiting for E-Jules and Wimsat to make their way over here. So we can definitely secure a high ground in this next circle. High ground is so important in Fortnite. Can't stress that enough. The high man will usually win. Seems like 75+% of gunfights just for having the sheer leverage. So right here I built up. I'm going to kind of wait for them, kind of scout it out a little bit, see what's going on up here, and then I hear a full squad. So I want to be very hesitant and wait till engage until E-Jules and Wimsat come. Then they start shooting from the bottom, so I have to peek a little bit. I hit that guy twice with the pump. Third time, got him in the feet, knocked him. And then there's only two right there. Scan the bush, see if he's here. See, he's up on the hill. I'm used to hitting L1 to go left of my AR, which is why I shot with the SMG right there. I didn't realize I was so low health right here. And the circle's pushing in. And I hear this guy crawling, and I desperately wanted to just finish him. And he has a sniper. So I end up dropping my pump for the sniper. And then right here I realize I may be in trouble with the circle. Barely get in with 2 health. Hindsight, I probably should have went down right there and just crawled in to save a couple bandages. But I have plenty, so it's not the biggest of concerns. So right here, me, E-Jules, Wimsat, 3 against maybe 3-on-3, we don't know. We see that guy. He's building a little bit. It ended up being a 3-on-2-on-1. So right here we're just going to gear back up, make sure we have everything reloaded. I think Wimsat's bringing some mini shields over to E-Jules. I'm getting my loadout sorted, making sure everything's reloaded like I said. And then once it gets late game situations, I definitely want to utilize the aim assist feature on PlayStation and Xbox. It is so vital. You can scan bushes and get that little like target lock animation, and it's so crucial. But right here I'm just seeing if he's peeking, trying to bait him a little bit. I can tell he doesn't want to peek very long based off what he's doing right there. So I'm going to just take a couple shots, keep him at bay, make sure he doesn't get too comfortable peeking. We're laying some cover fire down, which is nice. Right here, circle moves in. Scan the bush. I get that lock right there. Hit him with back-to-back headshots. Killed him. If I were to fall down the mountain without scanning that bush, it very well may have killed me. And coming up right here, we were in a disadvantage. We did not have the high ground right here. E-Jewel is going for a flank, I believe. Or Wimset's on the flank, sorry. Wimset gets him down, and then one snipe for the win. So thank you all for sticking tuned if you're still here. I look forward to making more content in the future, and let me know some feedback. Thanks guys, appreciate it.